There are so many drivers on the market today that you often get confused over what you should own. So let me give you some pearls that will help you in the future when you go to purchase a driver. For starters, for the ladies, they don't give you a lot of choices. They give you a ladies shaft with a 10 or 12 degree lofted head on it. So if you're a little bit taller than the average height lady, make sure, and you're strong enough, make sure that you buy the next shaft up, which is usually an A shaft. It's a senior shaft. It's nicknamed a senior shaft. It's a little bit longer, it's a little bit heavier, but you should be able to handle it. Now for the weekend golfer, the amateur, that's maybe a 100 shooter, that's not very strong, there's also a shaft out, and it has an R on it. It's called regular. Now, that covers a large group of people. It covers the newer golfer that's not very strong, all the way up to lady players that are good hitters and long hitters and strong hitters. So that R shaft fits in all those categories. The next step would be the real good players, maybe the 7 or 8 handicappers and lower, and the younger players. The shaft has an S on it. Now, these letters that I'm telling you about, L for ladies, A for seniors, R regular, S stiff, that's the flex in them. When I push down on this driver, or I try to bend this driver, it's a little bit harder to bend than if it said L on it. And what that means is that when you swing the golf club, if your speed of swing is fast enough, that makes the shaft flex at the right point. And lastly, for the real good players, or the real young and strong players, some shafts have an X on them. That means that it's really tough to bend. You have to be really strong. Let's talk a little bit about the head. The loft on the head ranges anywhere from 6 degrees to 12 degrees. And all that means is that how much loft is on the face of the golf club. The more loft, the more backspin. The more backspin, the higher it goes. The flatter the face, the less loft, the more it'll curve left or right. So if you have a driver that's, let's say, a 12, and you slice it all the time, you'll probably want to find one that says 14. If you have a driver that says 6.5 and you're a great driver of the ball, keep it. But if you curve the ball, make sure you get a driver that has more loft, not less loft. The grip. 99% of the grips come in a standard size. So if you're a lady with real tiny fingers and hands, make sure that you get a junior grip. If you're a man that has real tiny fingers or hands, get a lady's grip. If you're a real strong player and you have large hands and you hook the golf ball, get a regular grip or a jumbo grip. But if you get a regular grip, get it built up. So I think that may give you some insight into what's out there. I'm a big fan of graphite. Unless you're a real young, strong player, stay away from steel. It's too heavy, and the performance of graphite these days is just incredible. I think that gives you some information that you may not have been aware of, and it'll help you select your driver the next time you're looking for one. Thanks.